Hey everybody, welcome. Today I'm going to be recapping the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules. That's going to be season 10 episode 2. So let's get right into it. Alright, so episode begins. We see both Toms are getting ready for their new restaurant because they're going to be having a Dailymail party to generate some buzz, get some people talking about the restaurant, because first impressions can really make or break something. But they have a lot to do. They need to still hire people, install POS systems, and finalize the menu, which honestly seems like everything that's important. So they definitely have a lot to take care of. We even get to see them do some job interviews with different people. That was cool to watch. Okay, so Raquel is going on a date with her new guy that she's seeing, Peter. I don't want to call him a boyfriend because they're not dating yet. But like I said last week, I don't see any strong chemistry there at all. And I think that it might maybe need more time, But yeah, she definitely hasn't gone over James completely. So she's talking to Peter in this day about being in a pageant and how she didn't win, and she even says that she possibly might be depressed, and then she starts bawling in the middle of the date because she feels like everyone has their life figured out and she doesn't. And honestly, I think the real reason she was crying was because she wasn't sitting across James. Like I said, I really think that Peter's just a rebound. But another scene is Lala and Katie are hanging out. They're getting some spray tans. And Lala shares that she's actually been texting the guy that she met in last episode's party. And they talk about Tom Schwartz. Katie says they're still trying to figure out how to have this new dynamic. And Lala says that she can't forgive him. And that after she found out everything about Randall, life has just been horrible to her. Then there's a little brief scene with Ariana and Tom Sandoval. They're at a furniture store looking at some couches. But then Lala goes to pay a visit to Lisa Vanderpump at her house. And Lala tells her how her life is a mess and she's going through so much. And LVP says, but you must have known, maybe caught something. And I totally see what Lisa's saying. How can you be with someone and not suspect anything about this double life that he had? And Lala loses it at that point. She says that she knows other people have said that, but for LVP to be thinking that, it really hurts her. But Lisa does calm her down and tells her that she loves her. And it's interesting because maybe Lala didn't know, but maybe she didn't want to know or want to see certain things because she did want to have this perfect life. So, it's really complicated. But another scene is Scheana going over to Raquel's, and she asks how she's doing and how did the date go with Peter. And she says that not too great because, she did cry in the middle of it. And she's also saying, though, that she does want to, make some boundaries between her and James, which makes sense. And then Ariana arrives as well. And they talk a little bit more about the date with Peter because they did make out at last party. But Raquel does say that she only wants to kiss him when she's drunk, which is definitely not a good sign because she doesn't want to kiss him when she's sober. So that means that she doesn't want to kiss him at all. So it reiterated my thoughts that she didn't really like him. But the lovebirds, on the other hand, being James and Allie, are also seen on a little date. They're talking about the party that they're going to be attending later the night, but they also talk about the chat that Raquel and Allie had last time. It's always going to be awkward, obviously, to talk about the ex or whatever, but Allie thinks that she's really nice, and James is all over this girl, kissing her and touching her and everything. So even she mentioned that he's moving a little bit too fast, but whatever rolls her boat, I guess. So then Tom Schwartz and Sandoval are scrambling because this is going to be a big deal. Schwartz admits that he wants this to go well because he does want to impress Katie. And if y'all remember, the restaurant was a big point of contention in their marriage last season. So everybody's getting ready for the party. Katie feels a little weird going because of the negative association that I just mentioned. But it was cool seeing them arriving, doing some press and whatnot. And the restaurant does look pretty great, but it seems weird to have a party that's not an opening, but it's more of a we're not ready yet type of party. So that's a little strange, but yeah, that's what they did. Raquel attends the party with Peter, but she's actually telling people that she's not really feeling it. Lisa Vanderpump is very proud of the restaurant, but there is one thing that she wants to focus on, which is Peter. Because if you remember, Peter is the manager at the Sir where Raquel works. So Lisa goes over to him and she tells him that times are different and that it doesn't look great for him being a manager and that Raquel's an employee, not that they're dating, you know, the power difference there, which I, in my personal opinion, disagree. I do think it could be possible, but I also see how it could go wrong and there could be an abuse of power. But I mean, if two people are like being professional and responsible and consensual, then I don't see a problem with it. But again, Lisa, as a business owner, I see why she would think it was wrong. So then Raquel then goes and proceeds to actually break up with Peter because, like I said, she wasn't feeling it, and he, based on what Lisa just told him, agrees. So that's the end. Not surprised at all. Okay, so Scheana pulls Schwartz to the side and tells him that she wants him to be on her podcast, and he agrees. Somehow they talk about dating, and he says that it would be a little weird, but she says, well, it's not like Katie hasn't been dating and even had hookups, you know, so what's the big deal? And then Lisa has a conversation with the business partner that the guys had, and he says that honestly it has been pretty difficult to work with both Toms. And yeah, they have like so many crazy ideas sometimes. Like, I feel like it's hard for them to commit to something, so I can definitely see how it would be difficult for that poor guy to be working with them. And then the last scene is Tom. He sits with his ex, Katie, and she says that the restaurant is good. You know, she's pretty dry in general, so that's how she answers. But then she drops something and she says, was it worth it? And that totally like kills the happiness that Tom is having at the moment, but like it's like a punch in the gut, and she cries. And they bring up some of the past issues. So yeah, it's sad to see because like the problems in a way are being personified at this restaurant. And they both begin to cry because I do think they wanted it to work, but it just didn't. And like I said, they're crying. And then that's where the episode ends. That's all we got this episode. And then the promo shows that little podcast invitation that Scheana did to Tom is actually going to be a pretty big problem, so let's stay tuned for that next week. So yeah, pretty entertaining season. It looks like it's going to be a good season overall. Lisa has been doing some interviews and says that this season is totally, you know, going back to the Vanderpump vibes, that it used to be much better than last season. So I can't wait for what's to come. And like I said, next episode there's going to be some issues, so I can't wait. But let me know, you guys, what did y'all think about this episode? What did y'all think about everything that happened, about the people's reactions to the restaurant and just in general? Let me know in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.